Hi YouTube, my name is Hannah Zimmerman and I am working with some of my friends, Lauren and Brittany, and we just want to provide a brief explanation of some of the historical figures, two different people who had a big impact on the deaf world. First, there's Alexander Graham Bell. And second, we'll tell you about Ella May Lentz. Both of them had a huge impact on the deaf community. Both of these figures have two different perspectives that they bring to the community, and it can be a little bit controversial, but we still wanted to let you know about them. Now, this video isn't a huge research project, but it is a cursory overview, and so if you're interested in either of these characters, you can research yourself, and we'll have some links at the end of the video that will give you that you can look up information. We hope you enjoy. Hello, my name is Lauren Kuhl. Have you heard of Alexander Graham Bell? You might know he made the telephone, but he also supported the idea of oralism. Oralism is the teaching of deaf children through spoken language or oral language. Alexander Graham Bell's father often used a method called visible language to teach deaf children. This method taught deaf children how to move their lips, tongue, and throat to make sounds. In 1872, Bell set up a school for hearing teachers. He taught these teachers never to use sign language in the classroom, only their voices. In 1884, he wrote that if two deaf people marry each other, a deaf group would emerge. He didn't think that creating laws would stop this, and he didn't like the idea of a big deaf group emerging. But he did think that he could stop this from happening if he could stop deaf schools, deaf groups, and deaf education from learning deaf education that uses sign language. Oddly enough, Bell married a deaf woman named Mabel Gardner Hubbard. And he continually tried to improve her speech and lip reading. Now, the Alexander Graham Bell Association for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing is still part of deaf culture that promotes oralism. Some deaf people like oralism and some don't. But Alexander Graham Bell's thoughts and ideas about deaf people have had a huge influence on deaf history and the views that people have about deafness today. Now I would like to talk about Ella May Lentz. This is her sign name. Ella went to Gallaudet, where she learned ASL teaching and began her work in 4 areas: teaching, job training, interpreting, and working as an ASL poet. All of her work helps her to encourage deaf people to find good jobs. Ella supports the deafhood movement, where she also works as the recording chair for the foundation board. Ella grew up in the deaf community, and she seeks to advocate for deaf people affected by autism and oralism. She was an ASL teacher for 16 years, but she now works for ASL Presents LLC, her company. Right now, her goal is working on improvements for signing naturally, the curriculum that she co-authors. Her long-term goal is to improve ASL education for both the deaf and hearing worlds.